We're good? Ready to go? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's meeting of the Ridgecrest City Council. We'll go ahead and call our meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. with our roll call.
Mayor Bruin.
Here.
Mr. Blades.
Here.
Mr. Rajaratnam.
Here.
Mr. Heyman.
Present.
Mr. Gorman.
Here.
5 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Next item is the approval of our agenda. Is there any changes to the agenda as presented? If none, can I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and second.
Please vote.
Oh, blast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scott and Skip. It's that end of the room.
I hit one.
5 ayes, motion carries.
Fantastic. Next item is our public comment on our closed session. Our closed session includes one item, which is conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation pursuant to Government Code 54-956.9. Is there any public comment on the closed session? Seeing none, we will adjourn into closed session. We will report back for regular session at 6 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and resume out of our closed session. And if I can ask everyone to go ahead and join me for standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Captain? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilman Rajaratnam.
Please join me in prayer if you would. Lord, thank you for giving us this day. Lord, thank you for this city which we cherish and we live in. Lord, be with all of us today. Lord, bless the city council. Lord, as we discuss many issues which are important to this community, guide us and lead us so that we go in the right direction which is beneficial to this community, Lord. Lord, I pray for our police department who put their lives on line to protect this community. Be with them and bless their families. Lord, bless the service organizations which we have in our community, especially the Rotary Club of China Lake, which serve not only Ridgecrest, but many places all over the world. Lord, bless each one of us here today. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, next is our attorney's report out of closed session. Martin?
Thank you. Honorable Mayor, council members, one item was considered by the council in closed session. That was potential litigation based on the claim filed on behalf of Jamie Young. On a unanimous 5-0 vote, the council directed staff to reject the claim. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next this evening, we are happy to welcome our China Lake Rotary Club to council chambers, and they are going to be providing us a presentation on the Rotary Peace Baton. I just screwed that up, didn't I?
You know, that's a peace building baton.
How about this? Watch. Councilman Rajaratnam, would you like to introduce our next presenter?
We're going there now. Okay.
I think we're just
watching.
We are happy here today to have Rotary Club of China Lake, of which I am a proud member for the past 20 years. And Rika Charlan is a proud member for the past 5?
2.
2 years. Okay, I gave you more credit, sorry.
Okay, I'll take it.
So Rotary's motto is service above self. So keeping that motto in our mind, we do different projects, and one of these projects is Peace Building Project. And Julia Morse would be the presenter. She is the Peace Building chairwoman. So please go ahead, Julia.
Good evening. You took my first line of my introduction, but okay, I'm Julia Morris.
It was on.
Is it on? Is it up? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
If YouTube won't hear you if you
Huh?
put it on the microphone.
Okay. So anyway, good evening. My name is Julia Morris, and I am the Peace Builder Chair this year for China Lake Rotary Club. I wanted to thank you for allowing us to present and discuss our peace building project through Rotary Service. We just began our new Rotary year, and our focus areas are in peace building in our communities. The Rotary District 5240 has created the Peace Builder Relay. The relay journey will travel through Simi Valley moving north, Paso Robles moving south, and Bakersfield and surrounding areas moving east. Our district created this initiative to symbolize and foster unity, peace, and collaboration among the clubs within the district and their local communities. In the spirit of the Olympics, we are fostering peace and unity by introducing the concept of the baton passing as a metaphorical and practical tool for community building. The initiative symbolizes the seamless transfer of responsibilities, knowledge, and enthusiasm from one individual to another, creating a continuous flow of energy and commitment within the Rotary Club and the broader community. The choice of the baton passing was derived from the relay races in athletics, which represents teamwork, trust, and collaboration. Our Rotary service is highlighting the importance of each member's role in achieving our common goals. The baton symbolizes not just responsibility, but also a shared vision, values that bind our members and the community together. The Relay Baton will end its journey in Santa Barbara on September 21st, 2024, to celebrate the UN International Day of Peace. It is my honor today to pass this baton to you, our city leaders, to help us take part in building a community of peace. It is my hope, as the Peace Builder Chair, is to work with the city and the schools to help build and develop programs focused on peace and compassion for the city of Ridgecrest, especially in today's world when so many are suffering. It takes all of us to build peace, and it begins with us. Thank you. I'd like to be, if you don't mind, if you guys will autograph this for me? I have
Take a
pens.
picture. So if you all wouldn't
We're
mind.
coming down for a photo.
Come on down. Everybody up. Come on. Everybody's in. Come on, Gina. We're gonna go over here. Go over here. Let's get your chair. No, I'm not gonna sit down. No? Okay. Come on up, everybody.
Hello, my friend.
Bob, do you need a chair? You're good enough? Are you come on over, sit up, or you can, why don't you stand right here in front?
I'll block everybody else's view.
It's all right, just stand right there on the bar, you'll be fine, we'll go around you, Bob. Hi, Aaron.
I've bothered the world for 90 years. And finally, is it fun?
Wow, good job, Skip.
Come on in, Linda, get in here. Go ahead. There you go. Good?
And she'd like each of our council members to sign the baton, please.
I'm actually a new resident of Ridgecrest. After 9 years of peace from the Victor
And then just ran along forever, so it was more, yeah, it was more of a, I'm sorry, can you make sure there's no adversarial? And if there's no adversarial.
No, and you're like, no, the force is with us.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Well, who's taking the picture? Pass it on to the next clubs that we have in our competition area. And then we'll have Santa Barbara on the 21st.
International.
The hope is that everybody will take it to their community leaders and get signatures.
That's cool, yeah, that's a brilliant idea, I like it. So the other ones in this district would be, I'm assuming, in Yoko, Tehachapi. Does it go north? You go east.
One of these days I'll get one.
Thank you, ladies, for coming.
Thanks. I think she's figuring out if we got a picture because Andrew didn't take one. Andrew
Oh,
was
we've got one. I'll get you guys a copy because Ron took a picture, so I'll get a picture and I'll get it to Andy.
Thank you, guys.
And Aaron is with the Daily Independent, so we're good.
I motored up to Hatch Street for the last AQMD meeting. How'd you like it? It was 15 minutes. And I don't know what happened. I had to call the next day, that guy Ray, and ask him, what happened?
That's it. That's it. There's nothing more to it.
Did you get to go eat somewhere? No, Denise was making spaghetti.
Ron, when you share the picture, can you share it here so I have a copy also of the club, period? Thank you, exclamation point. Are we ready?
Am I the only one?
Yeah, I was just giving Mary.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
Well, thank you once again to our wonderful China Lake Rotary Club and for the message of peace. We wish you the best in your efforts to get the baton passed, and thank you for providing us that information in the presentation. We'll go ahead and move to our next item on our agenda this evening, which is public comment of items not on the agenda. Persons wishing to address the council on matters that are within the council's jurisdiction and do not already appear on the agenda may do so at this time. Council will not respond to any public comments, but may provide direction to staff to collect information pursuant to the Brown Act. The City Council may not act on any item that does not appear on this agenda. Speakers are limited to 5 minutes. The public comment section of the agenda is limited to a total of 1 hour, and each speaker is asked to provide his or her name. And we'll go ahead and begin with public comments from the floor, and it looks like we already have a contestant.
Hello, April Moore, Superintendent of Sierra Sands Unified School District, and just wanted to give a big thanks to the city, staff, and Ridgecrest Police Department. We have an amazing partnership. I know you have items on the agenda that I'm not speaking to, but we have some wonderful programs taking place, and earlier this week, we had our all-hands staff meeting that several city staff, PD, and Councilman Roger Rotman attended. I know others wanted to, should their schedule have permitted, but we appreciate the partnership and also just the partnership of Ridgecrest PD in general. We had the first day of school on Tuesday. It was phenomenal, and Ridgecrest PD was out keeping our students safe and helping to educate the public on traffic patterns. We just do appreciate that partnership, and a big thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moore.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Is there any other public comment from the floor?
Ronald Porter. I want to talk about the upcoming election and what they plan on putting on the ballot. I have the statement here that the city attorney produced, and in fact, this statement isn't correct within California case law. And his statement here, because he represents the people in the city, is actually a violation of his bar ethics because it's incomplete. The California State, U.S. Supreme, or California Supreme Court's already stated that his statement in here doesn't count. It's stated in there, but his statement in his email is not accurate. It says if there's a term limit, that it cannot be succeeded, and that includes Prop 28, which created the term limits for the state, because they talk about dates and times. I can't find it, but there's a Attorney General opinion out that says that what they're doing is wrong. It would be fraud, and everyone in the council would be guilty of conspiracy fraud if they put that on the ballot as being 4 years. In fact, last time I looked at the code, it's a violation to run for office if you can't complete it. And you can't say, okay, this is for a 4-year term when it's not. That's fraud. It's committing fraud. It's telling the voters you can do that. You can't. And it said when there's specific, just a time limit there, the time limit counts. Ours aren't in term limits. Ours is in time. They did talk about term limits, or I shouldn't say, you can only do 2 complete terms, and then they let you exceed that. But this is about total time. We elect our mayors for 2 years. And if a mayor decided, I didn't want to be mayor, and he decided to run for city council, he has his 6 years, then that doesn't mean he can run for another city council term. He has to wait his 2 years. That's what it says right in our ordinance. It's something we need to live with. In fact, the court said, if it's a plain meaning of what the people put forth in their proposition, then they have to follow it. All the case law is against this. The attorney went and read this one piece, and they puts it in every one of them. It's boilerplate. But they never found this to be true. And we can't go doing this just to make, it's nothing against you. It's against policy and following the rules. This is a violation of the United States Title 18, 241 and 242. You're all committing a crime because you're denying the vote of the people. It's also a violation of 1983. They stretched when they tried to get freedom of speech into this. But if you go do your research, and I have, it doesn't exist there. And I couldn't find the particular number of the AG's report. California AG report number 03-016 talks about the state one, and it even says so that you can't do it. Because it's about time. Because they divided the time on that one between Assembly and the Senate. You read this very carefully, what we're doing would be absolutely wrong. It would be fraud to put it on there, says this person can serve 4 years when he can't. It used to be a crime, and I haven't looked it up in current years, to run for an office and not intend on fulfilling the whole term. One of the real crimes they really like to have is if someone would pull papers and then cancel afterwards when they're just trying to discourage other people from voting. It's very important that we look at this and we look at it very carefully. And the attorney ought to do, if he's going to write something like that, he needs to do a full one. California ethics is very clear. You have to do a full report, and that report should inform not only the clerk, and this is nothing picking on her, but it needs to inform everybody fully. He works for us as much as he works for the city because you work for us. So when he writes something, it needs to state both sides, and it doesn't do that. As much as you may not like it, as far as I'm concerned, he can't be on the ballot, and if he is, it's fraud. Because you're telling the people they get an elect for him and he can fill the full 4 years, and he can't. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there any other public comment from the floor? Seeing none, is there any public comment from the phones? We'll give it just a second. Seeing none, we'll go and bring it back to council. Next item on our agenda is council announcements and direction. Is there any council announcements?
I have something real quick. So Friday, September the 6th, there's going to be an open house with the Ridgecrest Police Department. So I'm going to say that again, September the 6th, 6 to 8 p.m. So there'll be an open house with the PD, and I'm sure you guys will have everything out there. It'll be a blast. And then stay for a movie, and it's sponsored by Toyota of Ridgecrest.
I want to make a comment.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Rajaratnam.
I just want to make a comment on what we heard just now. It was brought up in the last meeting also. It's very painful to see when a person who stepped up to help the community in times of need is being attacked, not attacked I should say, is being commented upon that there is a term limit and his name should not be on the ballot. So if that is a legal thing, then probably the California election people, they should be taking that name off the ballot. So it was never mentioned when that request was made. I was one of the candidates who applied that we will not be able to serve for 8 years if you are serving 2 years upfront. So I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Any other council announcements or direction? Any other council announcements or direction? Next item is the consent calendar. Sir, there is no shouting from the, have fun. Okay. I have to acknowledge a point of order from the dais. Okay. So next item on our agenda is the consent calendar. All items listed on consent are considered to be routine and non-controversial by city staff. Consent items may be approved by one motion if no member of the council members or audience wishes to consent or ask questions. If comment or discussion is desired by anyone, the item will be removed from the consent calendar and will be considered in listed sequence, with an opportunity for any member of the public to address the city council concerning the item before action is taken. I'll now read the two consent items. Item number 2 is proposed action to approve draft minutes of the Ridgecrest City Council meeting dated July 17th, 2024. And item number 3 is resolution of the Ridgecrest City Council authorizing the city manager to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Sierra Sands Unified School District for law enforcement services, our school resource officer. Does any member of the council wish to have an item pulled? Hearing none. Does any member of the public wish to have an item pulled? Hearing none. I'll go ahead and call for a motion for approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and second.
Please vote. 5 ayes, motion carries.
Okay, next item is item number 4. This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Ridgecrest approving the zero-emission rollout plan for the City of Ridgecrest, Ridgecrest Transit. Mr. Smith.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of council. I'm before you tonight to talk about the zero-emission rollout plan and seek approval for it. The zero-emission rollout plan is part of the innovative clean transit rule from the California Air Resources Board, which requires that we switch to zero-emission vehicles. Another requirement of that is that we have a zero-emission rollout plan and that is approved by council. It details some steps we've already taken, such as installing the chargers, the purchase of the one van that we do have, as well as further steps that we're going to take, including purchase of additional vehicles and some additional information. So with that, I'm ready for any questions the council may have.
Thank you, sir. Is there any questions of council?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Please, sir.
So, Mr. Smith, we are now just approving the plan, right? We are not.
Correct. We're just approving the plan. That this is the, the plan that we'll attempt to follow to roll out the rest of our zero-emission transit technology.
Okay.
We're not approving any purchases of vehicles or anything like that at this time. Although there is a purchase schedule that is listed in there, but that is just an estimated purchase schedule.
And the funding for those comes from the grants?
Yes, the funding from those will come from grants.
Okay. One, in the resolution, Mr. Smith, if you go to the be it further resolved in the last but one paragraph,
Yes.
I think it is incomplete. You meant to say something else there, I think. Do you have that in front of you?
So I do. This was a sample resolution that I copied from another city that has been approved
Do
for
you see
there.
my point, sir?
Be it further resolved that insofar as the provisions of any ordinance, resolution, document, or previous act and as prior to this date are inconsistent with the provisions of any policy adopted by this.
Shall
Adopted here and shall control, and then
Control something.
control is.
all previous actions or
Yeah,
something like that.
the last word is missing a verb
Okay.
or a noun. I guess control is the verb, but it's missing a noun.
Something, yeah.
Well, we don't know what,
don't know.
we don't
We
know
don't know.
what, so. It's for clarification, because be it further resolved that insofar as the provisions of any ordinance, so it goes da. Here and shall control.
All previous actions.
Insofar as the provisions of any ordinance, resolution, document, or previous action of the city council or city mayor prior to the date of this resolution are against the the provisions of this resolution or any policy adopted by this resolution, this resolution
and the board policies adopted herein shall control
Period.
what?
Shall control over the prior ones.
So that's what we need to say,
Shall supersede,
something like that.
or,
Okay, that's unfortunately, but yeah, that's fine.
I think that's what this is,
To the extent they're inconsistent, this one will control. Or
yeah, it's okay, because this resolution and the board policies adopted here in shall.
control.
Shall control what? So that's what we need to say, I guess.
So just add over the, shall control over the previous?
All previous actions, something
Over
like.
any inconsistency.
Yeah.
Over any, shall control over any inconsistency.
How about if we just change control to supersede and put a period?
Shall supersede?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's all, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Moore, we almost had to get you involved for a second.
Whatever, Ernest Hemingway would have approved.
Yes, he would have.
It's got a lot of ifs and thes and thises. Any other council comments? Hearing none, any public comment? Seeing no public comment on the phones, I'll bring it back to council. Do I have a motion for approval of the resolution with the amended language as presented?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and second.
Please vote. 5 ayes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next item is our committee reports. First committee report is our city org committee. We held that last Tuesday. City org is reorganizing just a little bit as we lost Megan, who was kind of leading our city org, and Isabel stepping in. We had a good discussion focused around, again, the progress that's being made with some of our SB 1383 initiatives, specifically how those are getting implemented, any issues that we continue to have with the trash implementation. We also had Mr. Gorman wanted a further discussion and some direction on how to get a night skies conversation going and how to possibly look at accreditation for the community, and that would come back to the city org at some point in the future. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Gorman?
No, thank you.
Next would be our Parks and Recreation, Quality of Life, Dr. Heyman.
Thank you, Mayor.
Or Skip, take your pick.
So Skip, Skip, would you like to take off first on this one?
Oh, this was the quality of life that we
And
just
I'll
had?
tag team with you, yeah.
Sure, sure. Narissa briefed us on 3 elements. Number 1, the schedule with regard to the pool demo. And what I heard was we can expect the demo to start August 19th. Did I get that name? Did I get that number right? I'm hearing from my right, August 22nd?
26th.
26th. Will there be a formality?
Yes, we are going to be having a meeting with the vendor next week, and we'll come up with a date in which the demolition will occur. We do plan on having an event, a ribbon cutting. We plan to invite the Penny family, obviously have council there, so we'll make it a pretty big deal.
Hot dog. Another element was the rework of the tennis courts, which will now forever after be called the pickleball courts, being, I found out, there's more pickleball played there than tennis. So Truth in Packaging demands that we change the name to pickleball courts. Of course, I'm being facetious. Yeah, that was it. She offered some timing that goes with that, which, of course, I left my notes at home. And there was one other thing.
So, yep, I'll jump in here with you. So on the pickleball, they will also be offering pickleball at the Kern McGee Center on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 8 to 2 p.m. So like Skip was saying, pickleball is very popular and one of the fastest growing sports in the country. So so I think that covered the pool. And also the tentative, the pool plans will go to bid in early September. So that's kind of the tentative date for the plans too. What else? We got the Clean California project update is 96% complete. The Leroy Jackson Sports Complex is moving right along. They're working on the concession. And the bathroom, I believe, is up and complete.
It is, but the associated concession stand is not quite ready.
Yeah, they're working on the roll-up windows and a couple little.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Final fixes on that. What else we got? I think that pretty much covered it. There was a couple notes about trunk or treat. And we'll be discussing that, you'll be discussing that the later, quality of life, but they're looking for folks to participate in the trunk or treat and have a car and a station set up. And you can get signed up to about a week or two before the event, Larissa said. So you've got time. And then movie night will start. There will be a police department open house in conjunction with movie night, and that will be on September 6th. And that's all I have.
You did good, thank you.
No, you did. I just was.
Can't hear.
Doc, we got to go into the microphone a little bit more, please.
TV
Sorry.
can't hear you. Yeah, thank you.
I'll repeat it. Movie night will resume, and the first movie night will be in conjunction with the police department open house, and that is on September 6th.
Okay.
That completes our report, Mayor.
Thank you, guys. Don't think we have any other committees, boards, or commissions. Anybody have anything? I don't have anything. LAFCO was dark last month. I don't have anything wild to report. City manager report.
Just one thing to report, we did, Parks and Rec staff did install misters on Balsam Street for the farmer's market today. It appears they're working well. They're being enjoyed by the public. We got about half of them in. The other half should be in for next Wednesday. So it's a good amenity to kind of take the sting off the heat a little bit. Other than that, everything else I had has been covered by council, which is good.
Thank you, sir. Future agenda items. Do we have any future agenda items?
I don't.
None here.
Seeing none. Mayor and council comments. We'll start right to left. Mr. Gorman.
Thank you. I attended a briefing, a lecture at Macharango Museum last Sunday, and I urge those who may be interested in something a little different to follow your nose over to the Macharango Museum, the Sylvia Winslow, the South Gallery, where you'll find a sailplane and lots of great information. I'm attracted, I don't know why, to sailplanes, but I think they're terrific, and the associated story behind this particular sailplane is worthy and very, very interesting. So I report on that. It'll be there for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Mr. Raymond.
I have none. Thank you.
Mr. Rajaratnam. None. Mr. Blades. Well, I have a few, so I'll just go rattle off the first one. I can't believe none of you took the opportunity, so I will. I want to invite the entire community to join us at City Nights this Saturday, August 10th. For our car show. We'll also be introducing, and if you haven't seen it, it'll be the first time you get a chance to see the Ridge Gaming League. We'll be live there. We've got a lot of fun stuff. Again, this is a great night to come out, have a drink, grab something to eat. We've got some new food vendors coming this time around. And I got to tell you, I was talking to somebody earlier today, and one of the most exciting things that I share with people is we all get a little bored with the food in Ridgecrest. Come on, we've all lived here a lot of years. There's only so many times you can go to Casa or Casey's in the same week and having some new food trucks. Come out, enjoy yourself, have a great time. We'd love to see you there. I'd also like to once again reiterate that our farmers market runs every Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m. We're continuously looking to ways to improve it, and we'd love to see you come out there. We've got lots of great vendors, and more importantly, this is a real opportunity for you to get fresh food, unique trade items that are all home-baked or home-created. And if you haven't stopped by the hummus guy, he's got some great stuff. That's always great. Thank you again for the announcement of the pool ribbon cutting at the end of August. We're going to deliver on our promise to get that building started, and I'm very excited to see that we'll be able to deliver that this month. I want to take a moment and reiterate the open house for September 6th and thank our police department, everyone who's putting that event together. Thank you very much. On a personal note, I want to thank and invite all of our families or those with children under the age of 18 who might have an interest in scouting to our 4th annual Scoutorama on August 24th at the Desert Empire Fairgrounds. That'll be from 12 to 4 p.m. We have been able to do a great job of rebuilding our scouting ranks within this community, and I really encourage anybody who's interested in seeing what scouting is becoming in both a family pack and we actually are one of the few communities that now has a boys and girl troop. Come out, take a look at it, and see what we're doing to bring scouting around to our community. And then finally, I want to take the closing moment to thank all of our incredible community for their incredible generosity, arms opening, coordination, donations, and every other effort that was put into the victims of the Borel fire. We mobilized as a community, as we always do. Ridgecrest is resilient, and we know how to handle an emergency. It's funny enough that there was an actual earthquake over in Bakersfield today, and they were all basically wondering if the world was going to end. And we said it's Tuesday. That's kind of the way we've dealt with our disasters, from hurricanes suddenly showing up for the first time in 100 years to the 2 largest earthquakes in recorded record over the last 40 years in our backyard. It's disasters, as crazy as it sounds, is when you will see the absolute best of our community. And we saw it in spades with Borel. The moment they needed something, we mobilized. The generosity of this community is amazing. And I cannot say enough for all of Ridgecrest in what you did for people that were victims of something that, again, they have no control over. Wildfires is a state of reality. We could all debate why they're happening or how they're happening or everything else, but the bottom line is to the person that lost their home, it really doesn't matter. They need that care and appreciation and the support. And thank you to the American Red Cross for all they did. Thank you to Southern Sierra Sands School District and everything they did on supporting and putting up the gym. It was great to see our entire community come together. Salvation Army, I could Robert's Roost, I could go down the list of everyone who got involved. When we think about our town and we think about why we love Ridgecrest so much, these are the moments we need to remember. Because this is what makes a community, and this is what we are so very proud of to be a part of and to continue to serve. Thank you very much. This was a record meeting, 37 minutes. I wish you all a wonderful evening, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. Have a great night.